1987. Pope Paul VI was the first pope to come to the States in 1965. Joining us now to talk about this historic visit, Paul Giurlanda, Doctor of Theology and Religious Studies at St. Mary's College in Moraga. Paul, as we heard Tara say, the Pope has actually declined to have lunch with lawmakers in D.C. Now, instead, he wants to meet with homeless, the day laborers. Do you think that his main message here in his visit to the States is really to tell everyone that the church exists to serve the poor?
I think that's exactly right. This is a man of heart. He is an intelligent man, but I think he lives in his heart. And his understanding of the gospel is that Jesus is present, as Mother Teresa once said, in the distressing disguise as the poor. And I think that's exactly where he lives from.
What about religion and politics, Paul? Every now and then it comes up at the dinner table at my house. Not always the best setting, but do you expect the Pope, specifically in his address to Congress, to talk about capitalism and what some say kind of is increasing inequality around the world?
Yeah, I think he will not talk about particular religions, but I think he will talk about a spirituality of relinquishment, that in his holistic view, everything is connected. I mentioned the heart. In his heart, the poor, global warming, immigration, refugees, it's all part of the one whole, and one cannot be looked at apart from the other.
So what about the issue of same-sex marriage? I asked Tara this question and whether or not she talked about it with the Archbishop, but will the Pope kind of have a directive? Will he bring it up when he talks directly to his bishops here in the States?
I would be surprised if he did. I do think that in the future, and as we know, the Catholic Church thinks in terms of hundreds of years rather than decades, but I think in the future, the message of diversity in unity is a message that is congenial to gay and lesbian people. That is, sexual minorities are part of the grand tapestry or the grand mosaic that the Pope wants to valorize. And so I think in future there's an opening there for people who are on the outs sexually to say, yes, we too are minorities, we too are outsiders, so we too have a place at the table.
One of the moments we just watched on video while we're talking is when the Pope had a big smile on his face and he was greeting a few children there on the tarmac. We know he jumped into a charcoal gray Fiat and rolled the window down. It's kind of symbolizing his humble style. We do indeed have a very humble Pope here, and we will see that over the coming days.
Yes, oh, absolutely. He is a master of symbolism, and it's authentic symbolism. I mean, you know, Americans are used to symbolism for its own sake, as it were, but this is real. He is a truly humble guy, and so he's uncomfortable driving around, I'm sure, in a Mercedes or a Cadillac. The Fiat, it's funny though, isn't it? The Fiat is perfect.
All right, there you have it. Paul Giurlanda, Doctor of Theology and Religious Studies there at St. Mary's in Moraga. Thanks for taking the time, Paul.
Thank you.
Of the top stories.